Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. It is 68 Fahrenheit inside the tiny house at 63% humidity. It is 69.5 Fahrenheit outside at 62% humidity Celsius. 20 Celsius inside, 20.8 Celsius outside. So what I just did, since it's super nice out, I opened up the kitchen window. I got one fan running, and just to get some airflow going, I brought some of wire over to the tiny house. I'll show you what I got going on here. I brought that package over from Wish, my battery cables for the off-grid solar, the big system, and fuse, which I may end up selling because I really don't need this as far as I can tell. So I'm gonna go put this back over this away. That should solve that. What else? Oh, got a bunch of wire here, but I'll show you this first. One of my USB fans that I had at the house here, well, not here, but at my parents' house, puked on me. It's for some reason, I can do a little demo for you. Yeah, right here. Let's use the lithium cells. Make a good contact there. Plug the fan in. Oops, I guess I better put this case on, or it kind of won't work. Uh-oh, cell phone, hold on. Okay. Getting random people calling me. So I just clicked the power button on, and as you can see, not much happening. But if I give it a little spin to help it start, notice how slow it's moving, guys? It's not good. So if I hold that power button down, whoops. Okay, let's shut the power off on the switch. Give this thing a little pull. So what I've been doing was adjusting, like I can pull this, here's the shaft, and if I just push it down a tiny bit, so there's a space now there, guys, you see that? And if I turn the switch back on, turn the power on, this thing works. But the problem is, this thing, the fan blade, basically over time and vibration, see the fan here and the shaft, see how I made that little gap between the entire thing? Well, basically over time this thing will go back down and start touching along the fan here. So not good. This thing actually is still working, but I'm gonna have to rig up a way to put like a spacer or something in between this gap. I think you guys can see what I'm talking about. See how that you can see back here? See my finger way back through that line there? That's the gap I'm talking about. So when it falls down though, and the plastic gets real close to the other plastic, it makes a lot of friction, so this thing doesn't run, or runs really slow, and then it draws a ton of amps from your battery and drains your battery quick. So gotta mess around a little bit with this guy. So that'll be a project over here. So I'm just gonna shut him off for now. And then worst comes to worst, if this does fail, I want to start collecting these USB cords, because I want to start making USB powered PC fans. That way, to replace these guys, a lot cheaper too than these guys, because these have gone up. Not $3 anymore; they're like 10. So kind of lame that they did that. So we'll pull this battery apart, and then I'll show you the rest of the wire and stuff that I got over here. Okay, so we'll just put this guy aside for now. Wire. So I grabbed a bunch of wire because, you know, wire's a premium here at the tiny house. And this is some fairly, not sure what gauge is this? Not quite sure, but it will, oh wait, AW, it's not telling me. It says AWM, but not sure. But anyway, I got a whole mess of wire. I'm going to throw that back there, have different projects, chop it all up, use it for different little projects around here. Because I know some decent gauge wire is a premium to have, and I just didn't have it, guys. So there you go. Now I need to water this plant because I think it's overdue. So let's get on to that. And then I'm gonna mess around with the off-grid TV today, guys, because I really haven't had a chance to really use it too much. But I think I'm gonna be messing around in the back room there with that aerial. Oh, wait a minute. We got water leak right here in this corner. See, I knew the corners would be a little bit of a bastard. Unless this was off the hose here. I'm not sure. Anyway, I guess the water stopped leaking, so it must have came out of the end of the bottle here. Anyway, like I was saying, the big ugly aerial that I complain a lot back there is giving me my channels for the TV, but I should be getting about 40 channels, and I'm only getting about half of that. So I think the plan is I'm going to try to disassemble the aerial so I can easily move it at different angles, and then once I find the max amount of channels for this TV, I will obviously fasten it in place in that fixed position, so it will hold those the max amount of channels, and that way, you know, it's actually doing what I want it to do for me. So that's kind of the goal today. And then I might mess around with that fan a little bit. Since I spent a ton of money recently, guys, on the TV and the wire, things are on hold until more money comes in, obviously, right? So, in the meantime, consider hitting that thumbs up button on my videos, even if you don't watch them all the way through, because it will help me out. Alright, that should be a decent amount of water for them, guys. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and we'll see you shortly.